Good morning. My name is Michelle Shelton, and I'm here today to talk to you about earnest money in Arizona real estate. A lot of people are not educated on how earnest money works. How much earnest money do you need to put up? How can you lose your earnest money? Now, in my entire career, I had one woman walk away from her earnest money. She knew she was walking away from it. And she was an investor, and she didn't care because the issue that she had was something personal that came up, and so she chose that. The other time I almost had a client lose his earnest money was a big deal. And one of the things you'll know that when I work with you, I'll recommend that you use certain lenders. Now, most lenders can give you the same rate. Sometimes they'll have special purchase deals or things like that. But for the most part, your rates should be very competitive. So if you're shopping a lender by rate, that isn't necessarily what I would recommend. I can give you 3 different lenders. The reason that I want you to go with one of these 3s is because I have an established relationship with them. Now, do you have to? No, absolutely not. It's your loan, and we will work with your lender. What I have found is when I don't have a relationship with that lender, sometimes it can cause problems. The one time, going back to earnest money, I had a client who did not go with the recommended lender. And basically things were not going as the lender had promised. You know, the deal, the screaming deal that he was going to get them was not happening. He was not communicating. He was not returning my phone calls. At this point in the game, he had my client's earnest money at risk, and it was not a small chunk of change. It was a $13,000 earnest money. So he had not performed to that point. And what's supposed to happen is the lender's supposed to have the title documents the loan documents to title at least 3 days prior to close of escrow. So that's really like 4 days because of the way we calculate the time frames. And he hadn't performed that. Not only had not performed that, we had been sent a cure notice, and a cure notice comes from the other side on the like on this side, it would have come from the listing agent, and they sent the cure notice saying you had 3 days to perform. They sent it on Friday. On Sunday night, I was just stressed to the max because I did not want my guy to lose not only the earnest money, but he would lose the house. So once you lose your earnest money, it's like you're done. They can take your earnest money and relist the house and sell it to someone else. So I was very stressed out about it, let's say, and couldn't get a hold of the lender. Lender wasn't talking to me. When I did talk to him, he was giving me the like, yeah, it's going to be there. We're going to do this. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. However, he had not performed according to one time frame that he had given me. So I was worried. And it was a monsoon season, and we had a big storm in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. I got up and I was like, I just need to think. So I got in my car and drove, and I ended up driving by the house. And the people had already, moved to Portland. They'd moved out the Cillars. And the monsoon had blown a portion of the back patio and also the garage roof off of the house. And so I went into action. I sent over a reverse cure notice saying that we needed an updated SPUDS, which is a seller property disclosure, and I'll cover that in future videos, what that is and what that means. But they had to basically disclose that this had happened and, give us time to decide what we wanted to do and determine the damages and the cost. And so it saved us. It gave us enough time for the lender to perform and get the deal closed. That's the closest I've come to having anyone lose their earnest money. So, what you need to know when working with us is that we protect your earnest money by knowing what we're doing, by knowing the contract, by knowing the time frames, by knowing where we are and all the different ways that you can lose your earnest money, and also by dealing with a competent team. And that means when we recommend lenders, we hope you'll go with them because we haven't picked them lightly. We've hand selected them and used them. I mean, the lenders that I've known for years. I've worked with them for years. And, it's very low drama, like just deal with what comes up and, go on. and make it happen. So that's one of the reasons I recommend lenders. And sometimes people say, well, you're pushing a lender on me. Well, hopefully you don't feel like I'm pushing anything on you, because this is about you getting your, the home that you want. I'm here to serve as a guide. However, based on my experience, it's kind of like if you go to the doctor and he just goes, oh yeah, it'll be fine, take a couple aspirin. But you know that you really have something going on that's deeper. Like, do you want the truth, or do you want somebody to give the yes? Because I'm not a yeah girl. I'm going to say, hey, we can certainly do that. It's your loan. You can get whatever lender you want. And let me tell you the reasons why I don't recommend you going with this person. Let me tell you the reasons why I would recommend this guy over here. I don't make money off of these lenders. It isn't anything like that. It's all about you having a smooth transaction, getting a great rate, having somebody keep their word. These are people that I trust and to do my own loans. So that's who I would go with. And I've done, it's kind of like, being a nurse or a physician, you know who the good docs are and who the good surgeons are and who they're not. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to share that information, but it's like that. It's very similar. Earnest money, there is no set amount. If you really want people to know you're serious, and especially the market is very competitive, and if there's multiple offers, I tend to recommend 1% of the purchase price, of the sales price. If you go more than that, you really don't need to risk more than that. And if you go less than that, it kind of weakens your offer. So that's a good, rule of thumb is 1% of the sales price. And the way that works is, the way I write my offers is that you will deposit it upon acceptance. So within 24 hours, you want to make sure that, we get the money to the title company, whether that means you driving down there and physically writing a check, whether you're overnighting it to them, or you actually can have a courier pick it up for you too at your workplace or your home, whatever works for you. And there is fees associated with that. I think it's like $30 or something. There's a courier fee. So, there's a lot of different ways for you to get that over there, and we can support you with that. What else about earnest money? That's really it. I want to break these videos down into portions so that it'll be easy at a glance. You can go, hey, I want to know about earnest money. That is going to be out of pocket. The out-of-pocket items that you're going to have as a buyer during the course of escrow is going to be your appraisal fee, your inspections, your earnest money, and then, your inspections, meaning your general inspection and then any additional inspections, and then also a termite or pest wood infestation inspection. And typically that's it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at Michelle, Michelle, at Ask Michelle Shelton. That's AskMichelle, So it's Michelle at AskMichelleShelton.com. You can also call me on my cell phone. That number is 480-577-8272. And I really value the opportunity to earn your business and to work with you. I hope you enjoy these videos, and please, give me feedback, any questions that you might have. Please post it here, or you can actually, like I said, you can email me. Okay, have an amazing week. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.